Hi friends, in this video we're going to be having a discussion about a topic which a lot of you may be hearing very frequently either in the news channels or in the newspapers. This is a potential topic for being asked in the exams as well. So we just try to clear our doubts and understand the concepts pertaining to the Feluda test, which is an example of a recently approved test for the purpose of detection of the COVID-19 infection. Let's get started. What exactly is Feluda? So Feluda is an example of a paper-based test strip which is useful for detection of the COVID-19 infection. The advantage of using this kind of a test is that it can detect a COVID-19 infection in a patient in less than 30 minutes. The icing on the cake happens to be the fact that this is an example of an indigenously developed test led by a team of scientists at CSIR, namely Dr. Debjyoti Chakraborty and Dr. Souvik Maity in association with the Tata Group. The only detective I had heard of previously from West Bengal happened to be Byomkesh Bakshi, but Feluda also is an example of a fictional character by the legendary filmmaker Satyajit Ray. He used to be an example of a detective who used to use his immaculate techniques for the purpose of cross-fitting the jigsaw puzzle and coming out with the result. Similarly, Feluda is going to be doing the same for us in the detection of COVID-19 infection. Now, what exactly is the Feluda meaning? So Feluda actually is the acronym for FNCAS-19 Editor Linked Uniform Detection Assay. This is an example of a test which is going to be using the indigenously developed CRISPR technique. I do believe a lot of you may have heard about CRISPR. This was a previous AIIMS exam question as well. CRISPR actually means the clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats, which is an example of a gene editing technology. The same gene editing technology is now being useful for detection of the SARS-CoV infection. Now, when we are going to be talking about this kind of a technique, this is going to be deploying the presence of a specially adapted Cas9, which means caspase 9, for the detection of the genetic material in the virus. What exactly is the CRISPR technique? So as I said, CRISPR is an example of the gene editing technology. And to understand the basics about CRISPRs, I would like you to focus on the image in front of you. Now, when we talk about the CRISPR technique, what you need to understand is that you are going to be having, let us say, an example of a disease which is caused because of a defective gene. You wish to correct this genetic defect. So what you are going to be doing is, you first would like to reach the target DNA sequence. For doing that, you would be requiring the presence of a guide RNA. The guiding RNA actually is going to be having sequences which is complementary to the DNA target which you wish to correct. This guiding RNA is going to be taking along with it the presence of a genetic or a molecular scissors which is coming by the name of the CRISPR-Cas9 complex. As you understand, Cas means caspase, which is an example of an endonuclease. So what is going to happen is that the guiding RNA is going to bind with the target DNA because of the complementarity, and it is going to bring along with it the caspase and the CRISPR complex. The caspase is going to be responsible for causing the cutting of the defective gene, and now you can reinsert a therapeutic gene at its place. So CRISPR was actually being used for the purpose of a trial for the correction of a hematological disorder by the name of sickle cell anemia. But what these scientists did, they used the CRISPR technique so as to detect a particular gene sequence which is present only in the COVID-19 virus. What we also need to remember about over here regarding this particular technique is that CRISPR is an example of a technique which actually got a lot of recognition relatively recently, because the people who discovered this kind of a technique actually got the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the year 2020 for this.
Oh my God!
So that can be another question for exam. You do need to remember the name of the people who won the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in year 2020, Jennifer Doudna and Immanuel Charpentier. Now, when we are talking about the CRISPR technique, the other important thing that we need to understand is how are we using it in the purpose of our test for discussion, which is Feluda. So what you're going to be doing in Feluda is that you are going to be taking the nasopharyngeal swab of a patient, through which the sample is going to be containing the viral RNA. Now, a single cycle of the reverse transcriptase is being run, and this is what is going to be giving us the presence of a load of viral DNA. This viral DNA is now going to be mixed with the FN-Cas9 as well as the guide RNA, which is being given the name of the Feluda mix. What you are now going to be understanding very clearly for the sake of a concept is that you are going to be dipping the dipstick in case of a situation when an individual is not going to be having an infection. What would happen is that there is nothing which can actually bind with the viral DNA. So these unbound gold particles are going to be actually giving you a line at the control. Imagine a situation wherein an individual is going to be having the presence of COVID-19 infection. He would therefore be having the presence of the viral DNA along with the Feluda mix. So what is going to be happening now is that the gold nanoparticles are going to be reacting or attaching themselves with the Feluda mix. These gold particles, which are in a bound state, are now going to be reacting with a protein which is being given the name of streptavidin, and this streptavidin is going to be having a line which is going to be present in the form of a test line. So as I can help you understand, just like you have it in case of the commonly performed the urine pregnancy indicator test. Similarly, you are going to be having in both the situations, whether a person is a normal individual or he is a patient, you are always going to be having the presence of a control line. But only in case of a situation when a person is going to be having the COVID-19 infection, you are going to be having the presence of a test line also. So the presence of a dual band, which means the control band as well as the test band, is going to be a simple indicator that the concerned sample is coming from a COVID-19 infected individual. Why are we so happy about having this kind of a test? The point is that this is an example of a test which has been developed indigenously. Fact number 2, this is an example of a test which is very easy for us to interpret. So even for a layman, let's say for example, if you're going to be having the presence of double lines, that means it's an example of a positive test. And if you're going to be having only a single line, that is what is going to be associated with the presence of a negative test. The other important thing, which is very frequently asked question for us pertaining to this particular test: what is the sample being taken? That is nasopharyngeal swab. What is the time taken for detection? Usually less than 30 minutes. The cost of applying this kind of a test is projected to be anywhere around 500 to 600 rupees. The other good point about this kind of a test that we need to understand is it is going to be having a very high sensitivity as well as a very high specificity ratio. The sensitivity in the range of 96% and the specificity in the range of 98%. So that is what we need to be familiar with so far as the Feluda test is concerned. I hope this small video and effort of mine would be helpful in your understanding about the test, as well as may help you to crack the questions which may be asked in the exams pertaining to the new test as well as the COVID-19 infection. My best wishes to all of you. All the best.